Why? Why you leave us on a cliffhanger like that? Well, I know why. To get us hyped for the next episode. So, guys, this week's episode of Flash, I thought it was terrific. Let me just say that. So, let's start off with the beginning of the episode. It has to do with, we see a character we've never seen before, and we're probably never going to see again. But then it comes down to this. We now have a shapeshifter. This is like one of the oldest comic book superpowers that you can think of. And it does kind of surprise me we haven't seen it until now. But regardless, so I was pretty excited to see how this episode was going to go. It was going really well, framing a lot of people, including Eddie, and it just kept building and building and building with all the extra framings. And you see the relationship between Eddie and Iris still going bad. I'm wondering, how is it that he's going to end up getting back together with her, if at all? So, I mean, there's a lot here to go on. So, yeah. We see that, oh man, Joe and Cisco, they go all the way to Starling City, and, or, is it Starling City? Yeah, Starling City, to find the body of the true Harrison Wells. This is all the proof that they need. And they kind of throw in some Arrow stuff, and I really love that they keep the two shows, intertwined. You really got to watch both of them to understand everything that's going on. And I gotta say, Laurel doing the picture for Cisco, I'm just like, that's funny, that's cool. Giving her the canary cry, I was like, well, at least now we know how she gets her power, and, well, it's not even really a power, unless somehow some sort of meta thing happens that manages to fuse it with her. I mean, there's that. Then we got Caitlin. She is not exactly on board with bringing down Dr. Wells like everyone else is. However, that does change throughout the course of the episode as she gets more and more suspicious until the end, when she finally has proof. I'll get to that in just a second. We see that Harrison Wells and Barry Allen's relationship, it's still kind of strong, even though Barry's kind of treading on thin ice. And we're just really getting into this sort of detective vibe. And let me just say this, guys, to see how intelligent Iris was in this episode, that was pretty smart. Most people will overlook facts like that. The fact that someone is maybe left-handed when the real person is right-handed. Like me personally, I am left-handed, so that would throw off a lot of people, if they saw me walking around with a gun in my right hand. So there's that. But I like that. It was like, Iris is more of a reporter, in my opinion, but throwing a little detective work in there for her, that was a pretty smart move. And not really a whole lot happened in this episode. The action was okay. The comedy for our shapeshifter, that was okay. I'm just going to say this, guys. When he revealed the face that he can't remember, when he unmorphed, I was just like, whoa, he ugly. No mother could love that face. It was a pretty crazy episode. So then it comes down to the big point at the end of the episode, because this episode was pretty straightforward, so there's not a whole lot to talk about. But the end of the episode, where they find the secret room and the reverse Flash suit, guys. And something that I have to throw in there, why is it that when Caitlin, Iris, and Dr. Wells, they all had the shapeshifter right there on the floor, Caitlin had an antidote to the shapeshifter. Hello? I mean, I know she's probably trying to keep it to that point where he's like, oh, I mean, I know just like 10 seconds ago I said you're crazy, but we kind of already thought of this. I mean, there's some points where you need to swallow your stupidity and pride and use something like that. They had a vaccine or a serum, whatever, that would suppress his powers. Hello, that would have been quite useful. that was just kind of a stupid moment on her part. Then we kind of see what's going on with Joe and Wells, and gotta say, guys, well, I know Wells' actual name is Thong, but I'm just gonna call him Wells because it's just easier to remember for me. I mean, I always feel like I'm mispronouncing it, but it was just crazy, guys. So what's left to talk about? Yeah, between Wells and Joe, you kind of see that Wells is kind of figuring out that Joe's up to something, and he's kind of just like mildly sort of threatening him in a way that's kind of cryptic. I'm just like, anyone else getting the kind of creepy vibe thing going on here, guys? No, just me? Okay. But yeah, the tension is really high now, guys. So, all in all, for this episode, good story, good villain, good action, because, let's be honest, I've been waiting to see a freaking slugfest from the Flash at high speeds. My only problem, why didn't he use this before? Well, I mean, like, where was I going? Alright, so he had the super speed. I mean, they were in a sort of normal paced fist fight. Hello, you're the freaking Flash! Knock him down at high speeds. Okay, so that's really the only problems that I have with the episode. Should have used the serum and should have just been going all out with the speed in the first place. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So, for this episode, I'm going to give it an 8.7 out of 10. It was a good episode. Actually, you know what? Let's give it an 8.8 out of 10. But yeah, it was a good episode. It stayed interesting. The villain was good. The comedy in it, while there wasn't much of it, it was still good. And the detective work for all the characters in it was done very well. So, oh yeah, one more thing. I gotta give compliments to Eddie. He told Iris the truth without telling her the truth. He used the truth to lie. Pulled a little Jack Sparrow from movie Foreigner. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my surround sound just went berserk. Anyway, that's it for today's review, guys. Be sure to leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought of the episode and what you thought of the review. Be sure to follow me on Facebook. It's in the description below. Hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and share this with as many people as you can. Oh, and before I go, guys, I cannot wait until next week's episode. This had better be the all-out... I mean, I believe we've got 3 or 4 more episodes of Flash left. So, this had better be awesome. I mean, if the entire last 4 episodes have to do with him taking on the gorilla, whose name I can't really remember at this point, Harrison Wells, and maybe another metahuman somewhere along the lines. I mean, I don't know, but somewhere along that line, it better be good, because we're getting real close to the season finale. And join me tomorrow for the Arrow review. I've been Kedrix, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Peace.